Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Finally, we did it.
I know.
In case you reveal anything you don't want anyone to know
Yeah, if
later
you
on,
want us to like cut something out.
it's clear, but uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I mean, if I had to describe Utpala to anyone, I know she's very like, into her own business and sort of, just a very joyful presence, like a
Right.
very happy presence.
Right.
So that's like all I know about her. So this is also going to be, a chance for me to get to know her better.
Utpala is listening to all of this for the first time. She's like, oh, this is what.
This is what I am, huh?
I mean, this is the part I identify you like most with, This is what I've seen the most of you. And she's one thing I love about her is that she's always smiling. Like that's my favorite thing. People who just smile for no reason. I'm like, those are the best people.
Where are you now? Where exactly are you?
In Sri Lanka,
Yeah.
in so I live in, okay, you say it's the capital, but like it's a little far from the capital. But when somebody asks, we're like, we live in Colombo, but it's actually quite far away from Colombo.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
The the most I know about Sri Lanka is the cricket, obviously. So cricket grounds. What is the nearest cricket ground? Do you know that?
The Premadasa Stadium.
Yeah. Okay. Now that makes sense.
Now you know.
Yeah. Do you follow cricket?
I mean, like, if are you even Sri Lankan if you don't like, are you even Asian if you
Wow.
don't like follow
But
cricket?
that's so nice. Who's your favorite cricketer?
Used to be like, earlier it used to be Sangha, but now like I'm a little confused with the new people. Like I'm yet to like make my.
He said Sangha. What is the full name?
I have no idea. I am so bad at sports.
How do you guys know each other?
So she's, I think, 1 year my junior in university, one or two.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm 24 batch.
I'm
So,
26.
but yes.
Okay.
Oh, 2 years. Oh, I had no idea.
What are you doing now? Are you still pursuing your education or are you working?
Oh, okay, because okay, now what I'm doing is like I've just finished my internship. Like I did my
Okay.
internship in Rwanda,
Oh,
and
but
I just came back to Sri Lanka like 2 weeks ago.
oh wow.
So
Okay.
now I'm just waiting to graduate because like initially I was supposed to graduate this year, but like because of COVID and stuff, everything got delayed. Like
Yeah.
because we weren't able to go back to China, right?
Yep. Yep.
So I had to like I had to look for like other options to like do an internship, and like things got delayed. So now I'll
Right. Yeah.
graduate next year. So right now I'm just like now it's like a holiday for me because I just finished my internship, but just waiting to graduate basically.
So China, Sri Lanka,
In Africa.
Africa.
Like
Rwanda,
Rwanda
yeah.
is you. I mean, you can speak about any country. Like now,
Yeah.
I'm like, which country do
I
we?
can have like 3 episodes with you, 3 different countries. How did you end up or finding an opportunity in Africa?
The thing is, like in Sri Lanka, you can't really do like a pre-graduation internship. Like you have to graduate in order to do an internship.
Right.
So I was looking for like other countries, and the thing is, like in European countries, it's very expensive, and
Right.
it's not that easy to get into as well. But
Mhm.
to Rwanda, like some of our friends went before we did,
Okay.
and they did their internship and like they spoke to us, and they had like really good things to say about like the country.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
then it got to a point where I realized that China was not going to open up anytime soon. So I just didn't want to waste any time, and I was like, you know what? Let me see how Africa is going to go.
But that's incredible. Like what an adventurous spirit,
Yeah.
to be
Right?
pick a completely different continent and
Yeah.
just pack my bags and go.
Because for me, I'm coming from an engineering background. The
Yeah.
only countries I've heard people going to is US or Canada, maybe
Yeah.
Australia or New Zealand, right? So like
Yeah.
you've gone to a different part of the world completely. So wow, choose one: Sri Lanka, China, or Africa. What would you choose? Like top three?
China is definitely out for me. I
Okay.
hated China.
I agree. I agree. I'm with you, girl. Like
Okay.
I was miserable in China. I would choose Rwanda.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my god, you're making me want to visit
Yeah,
now.
that's so
Like,
cool.
yeah,
No,
that
you
sounds.
should. It's amazing. Like
I've
it's a
only
really
seen
nice
pictures of,
country.
Sri Lanka and it's beautiful because I'm a beach girl. So I love anything, sand, sun, and waves.
So, but even Sri Lanka, I mean, it's nice. Like if you're coming as a foreigner, like if you're a visitor. But like I grew up here, so like I don't know. If I had to choose, I would choose. I don't know why. It felt like home. It's a weird thing.
Now I'm just confused what to ask you. Do I ask you about Africa or I'm
About Sri Lanka.
about Sri
Like a
Lanka?
comparative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We
Because
can do a comparison. Yeah,
you've lived your whole life in Sri Lanka, right? Like
yeah. How
before
long?
China.
How many years in Sri Lanka and then China?
I was actually born in Italy.
Oh my
And
God!
then
How many
What?
the countries keep coming, Utpala. You're just like dropping the sun.
so I was in Sri Lanka from like the age of 4 to until 16, until I was about 16. And then I went to China,
Okay.
stayed there, and then I came back to Sri Lanka again, and then went to Rwanda, and now I'm here again.
Yeah, like did you always want to be a doctor?
Doctor.
To be honest, and whenever someone asks me why I chose medicine, I still don't have an answer to that.
Oh, is it similar to India where it's either engineering or doctor?
It is kind of. It's either if you're a guy, it's engineering, and if you're a girl, it's doctor. It's kind of like that, right?
Like me and Mounika, right?
Yeah.
No, I was given like lots of choices. I dug my own grave. So
Same, same.
zero like parental pressure for me.
Yeah, even for me, like my parents, like when I told them that I wanted to do medicine, like I remember my parents being like, "Are you sure? Like you can do other things, right?"
Same. Oh yeah, same. Yeah. Even I remember like after every semester, my dad would still be like, "Are you sure you still want to do this? Like, it's gonna take up a lot of time in your life. Like, are you sure? It's a huge commitment."
Oh, is this family?
Yeah, so that's my mom.
Okay.
Yes, so it's a place called Meemuru.
Okay.
So basically, it's a very rural village. Like you have to, like when we went about 5 years ago, like even the roads weren't developed. Like it's very difficult for like even a vehicle to get through. So basically, it's like in like in a so it's a very rural area, and like they have like a lot of paddy fields. Like if you when you go there, you don't even have like a proper hotel to even stay in. It's that
Okay.
rural. Like
Okay.
you have to like stay with like in a village's house and like get this whole experience of like
Is it
living in a
like,
village.
is this a tourist attraction or no?
It is. I mean, a lot of foreigners like didn't go back in the day because because there weren't like enough facilities. But like I know now the things have changed around a little because they built roads and like they built like these rest houses to like for the people to like stay in.
Okay.
But back in the day, it was a great experience though, because
Okay.
like you get to see like a lot of waterfalls and like you have to like sort of like climb mountains to like get to like different places and like
Nice.
you can like jump over cliffs like to the rivers and like get this whole experience of like things. I even have like videos of like jumping off the cliff like over
That's
there.
awesome.
I would like to
Yeah.
mention and say that I tried to take her to a cliff and she didn't even want to go on the cliff. Forget about jumping off it, okay? The
Oh,
most
yeah.
I would do probably is push her off the cliff, but I was so scared to even sit there.
Right at the edge of the is where you sort of, I feel like all of your life starts flashing in front of your eyes
Right?
because you can see this like endless ocean and it's
Yeah.
terrifying. I don't know how people do cliff diving and stuff. I always used to watch these videos
Yeah,
on
and
it.
sometimes there are like rocks and stones like underneath, and you're like just worried what if you like just smash your head on all of that?
How did
Oh
you
my
how
God.
did you do like a cliff dive? Like how did you
I
gather
was
the
super scared. I have a video, I'll send it to you. But like, even in the video, you can see like I was standing there for like 2 minutes, and everyone just got to a point where people started cheering for me, and I was like, everyone just I was trying to calm down, and I'm trying to like concentrate on jumping, and I actually silenced everyone, and then only I jumped. And then everyone was like, why was she like panicking? Because she can swim. And I'm like, bro, it's not about swimming.
yeah.
Are we looking at some Sri Lankan traditional dishes as such, or
I mean, it is like, okay, most of the Sri Lankan food, like it does have like, like the Indian influence, like South Indian,
right?
Influence.
Yeah, yeah.
I think. Mostly, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
there's a
it
lot of
is.
tropical influence on Sri Lankan, foods. So there's like coconut, a lot of pineapple, a lot of like tang, and yeah.
It is like there's a lot of like South, like North. Okay, so over here, like this is a traditional like New Year, breakfast table basically.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
you know how we have our New Year during April, right?
Yeah.
Like the Sinhala and Tamil New Year happens in April.
Okay.
So like in Sri Lanka during the New Year, like basically the entire country does things at the same time. We have this thing called NACA, which is
Okay.
basically like they give out times for us to do things. So like
Okay.
they give us a specific time to like to like go to the temple or and then come back and then you're not supposed to eat from like this for this specific period and then like
Mhm.
there's a time for you to eat again and like there's this whole timetable. So the
Oh,
whole country does things together, which
oh,
is
wow.
kind of amazing if you think about it. Because I mean,
Yeah.
so those are like one of like some of my favorite places. Like I mean, it's Sri Lanka, so you have the beach all around.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
obviously, one of my favorite places to be is the beach.
Oh, this is a video.
Yeah, that's a really.
Oh my God, this looks straight up movie scene. Just looking at the skies in these photos is just
This
making me
reminds me
so
of
happy.
Goa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It
looks.
is kind of similar to Goa because I get why it is because even Goa has like Dutch and Portuguese
Yeah,
Yes.
influence. Yeah.
influence, right? Because
Yeah.
even Gaul and Unawatuna was like the forts and like lighthouses that are around the area, like they were built by the Dutch and Portuguese. So I get how it is similar to Goa. Because like even the photos I've seen of Goa, it looks very similar to like Gaul and Unawatuna in a lot of ways.
Okay. Mm.
These waterfalls, I mean, do they have a name or are they just like a local place?
Yes, I can't remember the name exactly, but it was so there's this place called Horton Place. Right? Yeah,
It's
so
just
this
many
yeah,
things
there's
in
this place
I
called
remember the names.
there are so many waterfalls in the country that you just cannot remember all the names. But it was in this place called Horton Plains. Basically, it's like this flat land, like in a uphill sort of area,
Hmm.
and it's one of those waterfalls you see it along like the hike. The entire hike is about like 2 hours or even more because like
Mm.
there's so many like surface area to cover. But it's really nice because like the views you get from like the top of the mountain is amazing. That's really
I
amazing.
I heard the word hike a lot in your conversation. So is that like a lot of is that a common thing for people to do if they come to visit Sri Lanka, like hiking and
Yeah,
sunset
like
points?
I think in Sri Lanka, like you have a lot of places to like hike because we do have like a lot of mountains and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like most of the foreigners that come, like they go to Sigiri or Siripada, which are all mountains.
Right. Yeah.
So it is basically a hike. And then like another thing you can do because of the beaches, you can go like surfing and stuff.
So what are the languages, by the way, in Sri Lanka?
So in Sri
Sinha.
Lanka, you speak Sinhala and Tamil. I don't know Tamil, but
Okay.
Sinhala and Tamil are like the two main languages.
Okay.
Sinhala and Sinhalese is the same thing, right? If
It's the same thing, yeah.
that's just
Okay.
how you say it in Sinhalese, like you say Singhala in
Yeah, because
Sinhalese.
yeah, we say Sinhala, but yeah, I mean, I get how it's different. Because I know, like, even Sri Lanka, we say it as Sri Lanka, but
Okay.
like everyone else tells it like they call it Sri Lanka, not Sri.
Okay.
So
Mm.
there's the difference is there.
How do you say the word welcome?
Welcome.
Yeah.
In
So
Sinhala,
we are trying to
I
get
don't think it's welcome even
uh,
in Hindi or I'm just thinking
swagat
of
swagat.
Swagatam. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
more like that.
No, just trying to get few words from each country and their language and put a
okay, so like if
none of
you
it.
okay, I could tell you like a greeting, like a very
Yeah,
commonly
like
used
even if you
greeting.
have any famous quotation in Sri Lanka, which is very popular about life or whatever, you just want to say it out.
Yeah,
Okay, so okay, in Sinhala, okay, so like one of the main greetings that we use is called Ayubowan. If you have like ever traveled in like Sri Lankan Airlines, you would know. But you basically do this and you say Ayubowan.
Okay.
It's a very like Ayubowan.
Okay.
So the meaning of Ayubowan, it means to live long. Like you're basically wishing the other person to live long.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
it's like a greeting we use. Like there's no specific day and time to like use it. It's like a very
Right.
common.
Yeah, if you live in a place like Sri Lanka, which is very beautiful and fresh air and no pollution, I think compared to other countries, then you'll obviously live long. And
yes.
any other person outside of the country
Yeah.
you see, you think, I hope you also live long in your
live
country.
long. Yeah. I think, yeah. No, so this is a place called Jungle Beach. yet another popular tourist attraction.
It sounds like a tourist place. Yeah, even just by the name, like Jungle Beach, I can
Jungle
see.
Beach, right?
Yeah,
It's very like Instagrammable, but it's a hidden base. Also in Unavatu, but like it's kind of like hidden, so you have to like take a tuk-tuk and like go to the
Oh,
area,
okay.
and it's really nice. Like we didn't do it, but like I saw like a lot of foreigners like taking boats and like going to
Uh,
like see fish
oh,
and like taking
mm,
like snorkeling lessons and stuff.
yeah,
But yeah,
that's
it's
nice.
beautiful. It looks
Yeah.
so pretty. Like I just want to pack my bags and move right now.
this is just last week. In fact, I'm kind of glad I went last week because I have like a fresh memory to like share with you guys now.
It's nice. It's beautiful. And so, is this another
That's
picture?
the same place like where I was hanging around and going in that
Same
the
time.
swing
Yeah.
thing.
There's something about water, and the moment you look at it, you just it's a picture right now, but when you're right there in that moment, it's so beautiful, right? I've
So
been
peaceful.
to yeah, I've not been too close to a sea or a water body in a long time, and we went to the national park recently. We're like, oh my god,
Just
we can hear our own heartbeat, and the fresh air. The moment you got out of the car, I'm like, oh my
You
god, why
could
is the
smell
air?
the
Yeah,
salt in the air.
it's like when you
Yeah.
put a filter on a
Right?
water tap and you taste the water, it's different. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah, but like the feeling of like the sea breeze like hitting your face. You can't even compare it with anything else. Like, it's
That's very true.
so nice. Yeah. So we have like this. Yeah. So basically, the Garvan, like I think I don't know how they sort of like determine the times to do things, but
Hmm.
like they give us a time to like we are supposed to like go to the temple and then like come back and then like you're supposed to fast for a period of time, and
Okay.
then we usually like then after that, okay, so after that we are like supposed to like pay our respects to our elders, and then we start eating,
Okay.
and then we exchange gifts, and it's this whole thing, and basically the Sinhala and the Tamil people, both the communities like follow that timetable.
Okay.
Uh, the two communities, like the food will be different, but like everyone does it together, and if you're lucky enough and you have like a Tamil neighbor, you will definitely like share the the sweets and stuff.
Right.
So
Right.
it's amazing. Like okay, so this is called this is basically vade, but you call it vada, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same
Vada.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, so there's this place called Golf Place in Sri Lanka. It's pretty close to where I live. Again, it's by the beach. So when you go there, you have this multiple like food stalls, and all these places they sell like isso vade. Basically, isso means prawn.
Okay.
So they put like a prawn like on top of like a vade, and like they put like their sauces and stuff, and like it's
This is this
amazing.
bomb like street food place that
It is a
everyone.
street food place,
Yeah.
but
Why
yeah, what
why do you have any Indian dishes where you put chicken on vada or something?
you
But I hope someone listening to this like comes
Chicken
up with
curry
something.
instead of sambar, chicken curry all over the vada.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
We have similar stalls where we have
yeah,
mirchi bhaji
yeah.
and vada and
right.
those kind of stuff, but we never saw a mini crab. Is it a crab?
It's a mini. There's a mini crab on one, and
Yeah.
on the other one you have like three prawns, I
These
think,
are
or
the
three or
prawns.
two.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
amazing. Like it's
Oh
so
my
good. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of temples that were built like by old kings and stuff.
Mm.
So, so most of them are destroyed now, unfortunately, because most like whenever these temples were built by like the old kings, they would put like gemstones and like gold and stuff inside, and
Oh,
then they'd build the statue or whatever. But with time, like a lot of people figured it out, and like they started breaking stuff just to like
oh.
take whatever that's inside. So that's why like most of the statues are kind of destroyed.
Is there any particular area of interest or degree that people like to pursue in Sri Lanka? Is it research? I feel like research is something a lot of people come to do there. Is
In
it
Sri
there?
Lanka, yeah, but I don't think a lot of like people from other countries come to Sri Lanka for like studies and stuff. They do come to research, but for education, like not as much. I think. I
Okay.
mean, people do come for like things like internships. I know like even in the hospitals here, like the foreigners can come and like do like a internship over here.
Okay.
But yeah,
Do you see a lot of food vloggers and bloggers and stuff like going around with cameras?
oh
Americans,
yeah,
to foreigners coming there, to record, simple
Vlogs,
things.
like food
Look at
vlogs.
these people eating with their hands. Look at this water falling from a hill. It's called a waterfall.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I see a lot of people like even I like when we went to Gaul, like we saw like a lot of these people like holding the what do you call it?
The
The
selfie
not
stick. Yeah. The
okay,
the
I
camera.
forgot. But like I see them holding like like the camera around, and this is them just going in like a bus or like going in a
Yeah.
tuk tuk, which is a very normal thing for us. But like I get how they're fascinated by it.
I think Sri Lanka definitely is more of like a tourist location than like education.
In your opinion, like, what is the best part, about Sri Lanka? If there's a way you can tell us,
Sum it up. Like, I know it's
summary.
tough now that
Yeah.
you've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
I-
So we've seen like obviously food, a lot of food and seafood, and a lot of scenic places and waterfalls and hiking places, and a lot of culture, obviously, because it's the south part of Asia, South Asia, right? So
Yeah.
so what do you have to say about the best part about Sri Lanka for people listening?
I think the best part of living in Sri Lanka is like the sense of like community and like
Yeah.
I know things have been tough for us in the past, like with a whole lot of things happening, but like even that, like whatever, despite whatever the media like tries to portray, I feel
Mhm.
like within like the communities there's a strong sense of like togetherness. Because I see a lot of people just helping out each other because these times have truly been tough for everyone. But like, despite that, I see a lot of people just helping each other, and I think that's really beautiful because like, you know, just to like help each, the people are really there for each other. I
Absolutely.
think that's just one thing that I'll always like appreciate about Sri Lanka because I know for a fact that you cannot get that in any other part of the world.
So true. Yeah,
At
whatever
least
the
as a foreigner.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever the media shows you and everything, if you got in if you the Sri Lankans know themselves that they are in together in unity in whatever situation, it's just like
Yeah.
family, right? You don't have to
Yeah.
put everything out there on social media, but as long as you
it's
know
there. The
you're there
support is
for
Yeah.
each other.
The support is there. I know there's a lot of uh yeah, I mean like this is a country with like multiple religions too. Like there's the Buddhists, the Hindus, the Christians, the Muslims. I mean I'm not denying that there are problems, but like the people, I mean they're there for each other. I don't know what they're just there, like we're there to help each other and it's amazing. Like there's a
So
strong sense of like community. That's definitely there.
yeah,
Like
that's my favorite
togetherness.
Asia, right? Like sense of togetherness, and we respect and value our culture and traditions a lot, right?
A
yeah.
lot, yeah.
Lot of culture, yeah.
When you compare that to other
Western
countries, the
countries,
Western,
yeah.
yeah. So it's nice to see that. But yeah, a lot of things we talked about, and I'm sure there's so many things more to talk about. But we wanted to end on a particular question of any advice that you would have to you would give to where were you in when you were 16 or 18?
16,
You were
18,
in
yeah.
you were coming to China,
China,
right?
yeah.
So
I was
how
coming to China.
yeah, like the expectations versus the reality of the life you saw after moving to
Or, like,
China.
what would you do differently? Like, if you knew
If what would you
now,
have
yeah.
told your younger self, right? Like hang in there. What is the life lesson that you're learning?
Okay. I would probably tell myself to like not be scared of like doing things alone. Like or don't wait for like other people, but start like if you want to do something, just go for it. Like don't wait for others or it could be a very simple thing like just exploring a part of the city you're living in or anything. Just don't be scared to do things alone, I guess.
I
I think
absolutely
that's
love the way you said that, both of you, because it's so interesting the way this episode is ending. Because the first conversation or the previous conversation I had with another friend, he said that the advice he would give is interact with people, go out there, connect and make friends. Don't be by yourself. But
yeah,
there's also another side to it, right? You don't have to go meet people to do things that you want to do, right? Just go.
yeah,
You can do that all by yourself as well if you love your own company and you know
yeah.
where to. you're enough. Sometimes you're just enough. Okay, you don't have to have a second person or a group of people, right? So
Yeah.
I love it how there's like two different perceptions of
Yeah, it's
yeah
two completely different
yeah
perspectives.
Completely different. But I think the basic idea is just not limit yourself, just
yeah
Yes.
absolutely
always
yeah
like be willing to like step out of your comfort zone. I think that's the
true
basic
absolutely.
idea.
That is what I would do when I was in Texas before I met Mauni, and
Yeah.
I would just go on my bike, my little cycle, and I would go around downtown, go look at the
That's
parks.
actually something that I really liked about him because I've aspired to be that person
Yeah,
who would just be like, my company is good enough. And there are most of the times I am that way. But you doubt yourself, you sort of, question
Yeah.
yourself
it,
sometimes.
it, it can get a bit lonely and sad sometimes, but there's so much more to look or embrace out there that you don't even have to worry about the lonely part of it, right? There's so many adventures and experiences waiting for you out there, and
Yeah.
you're busy involved in them. You won't even have to have someone accompanying you doing that, right? You're just
Yeah.
enjoying it. You take it all yourself. You don't need to share it with anyone sometimes. It was beautiful.
Thank you so much for agreeing to be
Yeah.
a part of this.
Yeah.
We're really hoping that it reaches like a large audience and
Yeah.
at least helps someone in some way.
At least one person, like how I could make a difference in Utpala's reel making stuff. Maybe
You're
someone
making
out.
life.
You can live in a country, your hometown, Sri Lanka. You can go out there, China. You can be born in Italy, and then you can do your work and experience in East Africa, right? So you can do
Yeah.
if you want. You can just there are people out there who have experiences you can talk to and exchange conversations if you're scared about it, and you can learn
Yeah.
from them.
Yeah, thank you so much for today. This means so much that you took your time and the effort that
Yeah.
you shared your pictures with
Yeah,
us, your
yeah, very
story.
very personal stories. Not a lot of people will be open to share them. But thank you so much for being so supportive about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.